Hi, everyone. I'm feeling like a blues brother today, so
Yes, that's it.
This
Blues
is-
Brothers.
this is what you get. This is what you get.
That's it. Yeah.
But we wanted to take some time to thank you for coming to the Ministry Investment Fair, which you totally did.
Thank you.
Hold on. Do it now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, and if you did not, we still want you at that one house.
Good.
Welcome to the Coming That One House podcast. Was that intimidating enough?
No, I love the shades. The Blues Brothers vibe is that's right. Not a big Belushi fan, but I think that's the right vibe. We've had a good couple of days at church. The investment fair went really well, I thought. And then yesterday we had our haircut outreach ministry. We served 111 kids, and then today we had our hygiene pantry. So I love seeing our church in action.
I was told by I was not at the Ministry Investment Fair because I'm a bad ministry leader or something.
Okay.
Jared did say, he's like, it's almost like you planned that. You're gone every single year of this. And then I have to stand there. I don't know what you're talking about, Jared. But anyway, I was told by my spies that, actually I can see the list right here. A lot of these names have already been on the team.
Yeah.
And are already on the team.
Well, you don't want to make people feel like they're on your team perpetually without any say. You want to give them a chance to re-up and make a recommitment. So I like that too.
That's fair. A couple of these people don't really get the opportunity to re-up. They just are, and
That's fair.
And they better know that they just are.
We all have a few of those.
I was also told that they put their names on here so that we could get more names than Jeff.
Okay.
Apparently we won, and
Whatever.
hopefully they won a prize.
Whatever floats your proverbial boat.
I certainly am not rich enough to have a real boat, so yeah.
But you are intrepid.
I told you, Josh is the one that likes cars.
I was trying to segue us to your intros.
Welcome to Coming. I think I already did this. Welcome to the Coming That One House podcast. I am Jake, your intrepid host. This is El Capitan, a Bears fan. I was just near Soldier Field the other day.
How was that?
You could see it from the pavilion.
Yeah.
The pavilion is where Meigs Field used to be.
Not an island, but
I was going to say, everybody kept telling me it's an island. I was like, do I not know what an island is? You could see it. It's a cool looking building. I didn't get to, I drove around the perimeter and got to see all the pillars and the curvature of it. But football stadiums are always bigger than what you think they're going to be.
It's true.
And then you got the observatory right there and the Shed Aquarium.
Yep.
That was fun. That was a good. And the lakes right there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Although there have been a couple of bathrooms since 2020 that I have walked into, public bathrooms that I've walked into and said, man, if I get COVID, it's going to be from here. That was the public Chicago bathroom I walked into. Anyway, that's been El Captain Man. I actually used your name. I don't like that.
Nope.
And this right here is Joe. Joe is a new face to the podcast.
Hello.
See, there she is. Today, we are continuing our series down, introducing you to our new, sometimes new, sometimes revamped, sometimes just because we wanted to highlight them, ministries. This year, the women's ministry is going through a revamp. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And Joe is one of the leaders, along with Julie or Kelly, or both?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My partners in crime couldn't be here today, so I'm representing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so with that, I'm going to let Ben take it away because he knows more what he wants to get out of it.
Okay. So we, first of all, thank you for being here.
Yep.
and you are here representing the ladies ministry, which is great. We love our ladies. We love our ladies ministry. I hear so many stories, so many good stories coming off of ladies events that we have. I know how connected our ladies are, and I also know that really good things flow from our ladies ministries. So things like meal trains and things like you guys are able to kind of galvanize and just, highlight somebody that's in need and rally together. And so I know that a lot of that comes from the energy from the ladies ministry, just being together in activities, being connected, just being in conversation on the ladies Facebook page. Very thankful for our ladies and everything that they do. So I wanted to start by just having you tell us, because there's a long tradition of our ladies ministry at SBC and now SCC. And you've been on you've been a part of the ladies ministry for a while now. So just give us a few highlights over the years, and then I'll ask this again if you need me to, but the value that you think that our ladies ministry has. So a few highlights and then just the value.
Yeah, sure. Probably my earliest memory when we started coming here was the retreats at Maranatha. We used to do our women's retreats in the fall there at Maranatha, and I remember going there, and that was kind of my first experience with a women's ministry event, and I remember just loving it because you got to know all the women of the church of all ages would come. You get a couple nights together away and just kind of spend time, free time together, and also time in worship, time in the Bible, time praying together. And I definitely found that to be helpful in getting to know women and getting to know their stories. So I think that kind of spurred me on to join the women's committee, because I wasn't, obviously, when I started going to SE or Sparta Baptist at the time, I wasn't on the committee yet. And I know, I think through the years, some people step off, right, and some people step on. And I was asked, I don't even remember by who, maybe Kelly Bowers, not sure.
I'm going to say Nate Wagner. That's just my everything that happens.
Maybe Nate Wagner.
Nate asked.
That could be it too.
Love you, Nate.
Yes, we do. So that was kind of my first experience just with women's ministry. But retreats was a big thing. And then eventually, I know we stopped doing at Maranatha, did a couple at Grace Adventure, which were quite fun. I remember even doing, I think we were playing laser tag, and I remember Doris Jean being a part of it, which was quite fun. Just different age groups of women, like I said, coming together, having fun together, not only, getting the spiritual growth too, but just being able to have fun together.
Please tell me Doris Jean shot the gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got me.
Wild to think of Doris Jean playing laser tag.
I know.
Oh, she's good. She was really good. And, yeah, so all that to say, we've had, beyond retreats, we've done, we've had, like, bingo night, where ladies come and play bingo. Who doesn't like bingo, right? We've had craft nights with Elena when she would come and do her crafts, and which was quite fun because we find out that we have a lot of artistic women in our church who are very creative.
Are those the nights where you paint pizza?
Yes. You thought we were paint and pizza, right?
Jake and
I genuinely want you to paint
about
pizza.
That.
I think some did maybe paint pizza.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pizza painting,
Yeah.
and it was like they're painting pizza, I think.
I think you guys were just jealous and probably wanted an event like that.
I mean, I want to paint pizza, and then I want to eat pizza, but I can't eat pizza because I can't eat bread no more. So,
No.
Bummer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so we've had cookouts. We've had, we even used to do secret prayer pals, where you would pull a name and you would have someone that you'd be praying for through the year and maybe send encouraging notes. We haven't done that in a while, but we'll find out maybe later on here. We might try to revamp some of that. We did an event called Speed Friending, which was quite fun because you have all these questions, right? So you've heard of speed dating. Well, this was Speed Friending, where the women had, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, funny questions right in the middle just to get topics going. You could talk about anything from how the beginning of your day started, you know, or your favorite pop, your favorite food, funny, embarrassing stories, anything. So that's kind of fun when we get those going because you get to hear some pretty funny stories.
At the end, were you like, these 5 ladies would appreciate a call from you?
Yes, yes,
Just kidding.
exactly. Yes, would you be my friend, please? And then a big one for me and Julie Johnson, who is also my partner in crime, when we do the sock exchange, is a very big event, and that actually is kind of fun because that started with Julie when we were small groups, probably our college groups that we had. I think it kind of started from that, and then we brought it into women's ministry, and we used to meet in our apartment at York Creek, and then it kept growing. Was at our house, and we had our house, and then it's just developed from there, just blossomed. And so now we've had to meet at the church, which is great because we've had a lot of women that come to that event, and which pretty much is you buy a pair of new socks, you wrap them, and we play a little game, and some women can get vicious, you know, like wanting to steal the socks. You guys should actually try this in men's ministry. It's quite fun, but that's probably our biggest
Someone would
event.
end up shot or stabbed.
Yeah.
Too many of those guys carry guns and knives, man. I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah. Our women we have high character here, so we can get a little rough, but everybody's, you know, treats each other with respect, so it's good. But yeah, so those are all just some highlights. Very fun events that we do, like I said, and many through the years that we've done, and try to change it up, but we have some that stick around because they were pretty popular, like the sock exchange, and also like our cookouts and stuff. We also have, obviously, I don't want to forget, like Bible studies throughout the year too. Mary Jo and Irene for a long time have been doing those, and I was excited because I wasn't able to make it to these Bible studies before because I used to work nights, but I was able to make it to Mary Jo's Monday night, the past 2, and it was so much fun. Like for me, I got to know more women even outside of our church too, because there were women that were coming that maybe don't come to SCC, but also just a great way to get to know ladies again, because they're sharing their prayer requests, they're sharing what's going on in their lives, and you don't always get to hear that every day on a Sunday. So those are good ways to get involved too and to know women.
That's good.
Obviously, the value, I think we have some pretty awesome women here at our church, and just creating a space where women can share their life together. They can be encouraged, right? We're coming from all different seasons of life, but some are going through the same things right now. So to be able to come to a women's event and maybe connect with someone who's going through the same thing you are, or maybe just to be seen or heard, sometimes it's hard to make new friends, but these are just organic meetings that can happen too, right? Where you just start talking with someone and have a conversation and find something in common, and just the mentoring that can happen too. I find that our older generation at this church have so much wisdom, so much to share, and you don't realize all that they've gone through, and just hearing their testimonies is encouraging with whatever you're going through, and they can provide some insight for you. Offering prayer for you, which is much needed. We can all use that more. So, and just the spiritual growth that can happen through the different maybe Bible studies we're having, the topics that come out, discussions that come from that. So yes, it's very valued to create that space and build deeper relationships with each other.
That's good. What's you've talked about a little bit, but what's one of your favorite roles that you've gotten to play? I guess you can be general or specific with this, but.
Yeah, I mean, usually if I'm there, I'm usually emceeing it because everyone knows I got a loud voice. I know how to use it. People pretty much tell me they hear me before they see me, so I'm pretty good at emceeing stuff. But I do love doing that with our ladies. It's fun. Probably sock exchange is one of my favorites, doing that with Julie. We have quite a blast doing that. Bingo night was fun. But honestly, all the events, you never know what's going to happen, and it's fun to do and be a part of that. So I'm glad I get to be a part in that role.
Good. Okay, so recently were you going to say something?
I was going to say.
Go, please.
I forget what year it was, but a couple of years ago, you did like a advertisement for the sock exchange where you guys like. It was in like November too, so no one was expecting it. You went up there
We had our vests on,
Yeah.
Julie and I.
Not the vest, the shirt, the hoodies.
Oh, yeah. Like
one said
Mary.
and the other said something else.
Christmas?
No,
No,
it
no,
was
no, no.
more clever than
Oh,
that.
I know. Jules, I need you. It was, what was it? Because Mary.
It was maybe and Bright.
Had a little lamb?
No, different
I
Mary.
can't believe I'm forgetting this. She gave me one. Julie found them, and it was perfect for
Mary
us
and
because
Bright
one it was
could
red
be.
and green. Mary, I can't even think of it, but I know we had the vest on, and we're like, Mary. I can't even remember.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going blank.
that is one of the moments of the sock exchange that stick out in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't really get the reaction from the audience in the church that we wanted. I think everyone was kind of like, "What's happening right now?"
I don't know. I laughed, but
Okay, good.
I'm also weird, so
Yeah, I don't know. Also, announcements is people are still coming in too,
Yeah.
so it feels like you're never speaking to a full house. But
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Anyway.
but that was a fun. Yeah.
that was good.
Like I said, non-consequential. Go ahead, bud.
Mm-hmm. No, thanks. So recently, a few of you ladies were just talking about restructuring the ladies' ministry, and so I guess just tell us about like what started those conversations. Like, why did those conversations even start?
Okay.
And then we'll get into like the new structure and why we think this is going to be a good move for our ladies' ministry.
Yeah. So obviously, with ladies' ministry, that's like a large umbrella, and there's a lot of things that fall underneath that. And so we were noticing, just with our different events, like for example, was brought to our mind, just like even like our young moms, right? It was hard for some of them to come to our events because maybe we didn't have childcare for them, or they couldn't get out of the house because of that, or and that was probably what kind of started us to be thinking about changes. And Mary Nisco has a heart for young moms. She's a young mom herself, and so she was able to kind of come to us with an idea of like starting a Common Grounds Moms, where she started doing a Bible study with young moms, and they could bring their kids with them, and then there was volunteers that would help watch the kids. So we were just beginning to see like, okay, maybe we want all our events to hit all women, right? And some may not choose to go to an event because they don't maybe like to draw, right, or do anything artistic. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you could still come and just be with women, but we try to pick events that are gonna grab the attention of all women, or like, oh, that sounds interesting, I want to do that, or just to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
But we also didn't want to have it like not include everyone. So when we find that if we don't have childcare, we don't want to leave people out. So it just got us thinking about some things, and just realizing that, getting together like, okay, well, maybe we need to have some smaller focus groups here of the different ministries that we can provide within ladies ministry. So Kelly Bowers and I just kind of got together and kind of talking about a structure. Like we just kind of needed more clarity to what we were doing in women's ministry. Like, why do we meet? What are we doing? And from that talk, we kind of came up with like, I guess you could say 5 branches within the ministry itself. And we thought, okay, let's have 5 leaders of each branch. And these 5
one leader of each branch, totaling 5.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. So, and I'll say which branches here, like kind of what we came up with. But like then, so that we'd have these 5 branches with 1 leader of each branch. So 5, yes, total leaders. And then getting a team of women together to help these different ministries that are these branches. So for example, one of them, I already said, young moms, right? Or the Common Ground Moms, as Mary has gotten going with these Bible studies that have been happening. So, right, so Mary I'm sure will naturally step into that, being the leader for young moms. So events for young moms, anything going on, play dates. She's set a lot of dates out there on our SCC ladies page, movie nights, right? Bible studies, anything like that could fall under that. So that's a branch.
Yep.
Then we have another branch, discipleship, which I feel like I probably will be the lead role on that one, helping that Wendy Moore, if you're listening, would help me with this one too, but kind of with retreats and
will.
like Bible studies, and just maybe like we're going to have a theme for women one year that we're going to focus on a certain, prayer, whatever it would be, or a certain topic that we want to do. Like I said, we're excited because this is all just kind of new to us, that we just restructured, and just the impact that it could have. So that's the second one. So the third one would be like events, right? So someone's in charge of events, like for planning them, right? What are we going to do? Executing the event, like the food, right? The setup, the tear down, the cleanup, all that stuff. So childcare, just all the logistics that go into that with planning these events. And then another branch, or the fourth branch, would be like marketing and promotion. So, we want women to know about the events we're having. Well, how do they know? Well, we have an SEC ladies page. So some of you, if you don't know that, our Facebook. We try to promote it, like we have signs in the bathroom stalls, right in the back of the door, like events that we're doing, word of mouth, maybe putting obviously up on the announcement screen, but just getting the word out there. So how can we market and promote our Bible studies, right, when women are having Bible studies? So just doing a better job of that. So we'll have a team kind of focus on that as well. And then last but not least, prayer and encouragement, as we feel like obviously our church, we know, has been going through a lot, right? Like different families, but even women going through health struggles, challenges, job losses, lots of things going on there. And we need that encouragement, whether it's, you have the gift of encouraging others by writing letters. You like to write letters, you like to write notes to encourage people. And we do have women in the church that do an awesome job of that. And we have awesome prayer warriors. If you've ever been prayed for by Betty Rosekoff, it's incredible. She's said many prayers for me, right? Like those giants that we need. And Betty needs our encouragement right now too, with what she's going through. So it's all just seeing those needs and thinking, okay, we can focus in better. We can allow for more impact and support of our women's ministry for the future if we have these 5 branches and people that are in charge of helping with these different areas. So,
yeah, that sounds great. So one primary leader for each branch, and then the goal is you form basically 5 teams.
Yes.
Instead of one gigantic team with a lot of voices talking about everything.
Right.
You really have, the main structure is you form 5 teams, and each team is just focusing on their area.
Correct. Yes. And so then the 5 leaders of those teams would then meet together, whether it's, once every couple months, to come together with the ideas, right, representing their team. So it's not like a women's committee of 7 to 10 of us anymore, just getting in a room and, okay, let's plan some events. It's coming together now with, hey, what do you got for this? Okay, how are we going to promote that marketing, or how can we do this? So, yes, we are excited with the structure, and we are in the process of identifying who those leaders will be, and then we'll reach out, like we just had, like you said, our job fair ministry outreach fair, and we had a lot of women sign up. So we kind of told them, hey, these are the different branches. If you feel like you have gifts or are passionate about one or the other, please sign up there. And then once we make these teams, we can reach out to those women and say, hey, this is what we've got going on. You want to join our team? This is what we'd like to do. So I think it will be very positive for us moving forward, and provide some more clarity, like I said, in structure, and it'll just be good growth for our women's ministry team.
Yep. One advantage I can think of is it actually gives more room to have a voice, not less, as opposed to one growing larger room where there's all women that love each other, but they're kind of competing to talk about everything, and who's kind of dictating what, and what are we trying to accomplish. It actually gives more room for more women to have a voice and more women to have a role.
Absolutely.
Which for me, as the pastor, that's very important to me, to equip and empower people. We just had our ministry fair, to equip and empower people to do things they're passionate about. And so I don't, on one end, I don't want to be like, well, as soon as somebody has an idea, I'm like, yep, you go do that, because I want to equip and empower and encourage. We want to fan the flame of people's passions and gifts. And so just this is the part where Jake and I talk about when I look in the camera. If don't be afraid of having good ideas, but we are interested in you being involved. And so also don't feel pressure, as soon as you start coming to a women's ministry, if you come to one event, you're going to be negatively pressured or strong-armed into playing a leadership role. That's not what we're saying. But we are inviting you. We're inviting you into the women's ministry, into being a part of it, of course. but we're also inviting you to explore what your passions and gifts are and kind of how those fit within our structure. That's, again, it's just very important, whether we talk about engagement hour, women's ministry, whatever conversation that we're having, we want to keep coming back to that. So I think this structure allows for more women to use their gifts and their passions to serve the Lord, to enhance Sparta Center Church. It's more organized to me. Does that resonate with you? And then, or is there another bonus that you see to the newer structure?
Yeah, I mean, I think as women help out and serve, I think when you start serving in the church, you kind of see naturally what you're gifted at and what you are passionate about or what you like to do. And we can see that. Like, we can see, those who are gifted in leading in our women's ministry, right, or leading a Bible study that, Mary Jo and Irene have done so well, or even, Laura Sitzma, who's helped in engagement hour. Like, you see these gifts that people have. And so I think the more they are able to see that and get involved, it just kind of fans the flame for them to get excited about what they're doing. And like I said, we have so many amazing women at our church that maybe we don't even know these gifts, right? Because we haven't had opportunities where they even know, well, how do I fit, or what can I bring to the table, until you say, hey, we got this. How would you like to get involved, and invite them in to do that? Because like you said, yeah, it's all of us are here to use our gifts, right? It's not just one person, and everybody has a gift, and maybe they don't realize it at that time, but once they're involved in a group and they can be encouraged and used more, I think that they find their niche and are like, okay, I love doing this. And that can change, right? Everybody has different times in their life or seasons in their life where maybe they're in one ministry but it's not working, so right, they help in another ministry. And all these women too, we have so many people in our church that aren't just in one ministry. They're in multiple ministries, our children's ministry, our women's ministry, hand-to-hand ministry. I mean, right, we've got very talented and willing people to serve in so many ways. So it's awesome to see. But I also think that, like you said, when it's a smaller group meeting, I think people feel that deeper connection to, which we want women to feel, right? We want it to go beyond the Sunday morning, hey, how are you?
Yes.
We want it to be like, hey, what do you need? You want to get together Tuesday night, let's talk about this, or, hey, I need some prayer. Okay, let's talk. Or, hey, I know you were going through this at one point. Can I get some advice from you? Or, and whatever it looks like. I'm excited to see the different relationships that will come from it. And just also the growth together as a church. And I think the healthier, us women are together, it supports our church too, in that one house, like we said, just coming along together and supporting each other in those roles, and also just being there for each other. Like you said, there's some that comes from a lot, whether it's making a meal for someone, or we've had women that we're gonna have some baby showers coming up, right? That's a great way for women to meet each other. Please come to these baby showers, even if you don't know these women yet. It's a great way to get to know them and just support them and love on them, and help them out as they are planning for this new life to come. So all these things, I think help just build and deepen the relationships.
There's different layers to this as we talk about structure. Again, not trying to scare people off, trying to invite people in, right? So just want to make sure I'm fleshing this out, right? Not trying to be too technical, but there's the 5 branches, the 5 different focus areas. There's a leader of each one. Each leader is going to kind of form their own team, but you don't have to be on one of those teams officially to come to the women's events. Like, when I want to just step back and kind of do an umbrella. Like, these things are just meant to add structure and to add value in what you're doing. But every single ladies event, whether it's a discipleship oriented thing like a Mary Jo Bible study, or whether it is a bingo night, like an activity, all the women are invited. You're not forming, and this is going to sound silly, but you're not forming 5 segments of different women and having like kind of battles. Like, I think of what's the Michael Jackson video? Is it Beat It? Where there's like, they're kind of like, they're battling. They're not really fighting. Because Michael Jackson was like a pacifist.
I'm so glad you said Beat It and not Thriller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a little.
That would have been.
Ouch. What are you trying to say, Jay?
But I'm saying all women. We want all women to everything that we do, every women's ministry activity that you do.
Yeah.
This is just to try to structure it and to enhance it.
Yeah, and hopefully for some of these women that maybe aren't behind the scenes, and it's for them to exhale and get to know other women and just have fun. But yes, every single woman is invited. That's why we were saying we want this, what is the purpose of women's ministry, as we were looking at that. And obviously, is to grow spiritually together, right? That's huge. Like that, the discipleship, it's to form relationships, right? It's to encourage each other. It's that one house. It's coming together and actually being the body of Christ as sisters in Christ. And what does that look like? So we think that these branches will help do that. But yes, all women invited to all the events, whether they can make it or not, but that they feel included and they feel a place where they're wanted.
It's like start with just showing up, and feeling loved on, and
absolutely
just start to get to know people. I think from there, I think of like, see, let's say you have your like discipleship team. I think in any given moment, there could be a woman who's kind of like part of the discipleship team and then kind of like rolls off the team for a while, depending on what it is. Or I think of like other things, I want to get too technical, but other things like if a woman says, I want to help set up and tear down, well, that would be events, but also like most of the things that you do require some setup, and some tear down, not everything, but it's like, so there might be like different responsibilities that kind of permeate, from this branch to this branch.
Sure.
Like that's kind of a need, any church thing that we do.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like a universal, like we need setup, we need tear down, so it just kind of depends, I think.
Yeah, and we have women that just naturally come along and do that too. I can think of Tina Hendrickson, who's been incredible. Like, she wasn't even on our women's, let's say, ministry board, right? But she just jumps in and helps and helps us clean up stuff. And she's gifted in that way, right? And she's very artistic, and just the creativity she has to help with these events too. So it's like we see those gifts. Just because you may not weren't on the ministry doesn't mean you're not part of women's ministry.
Well, that's too. We talked about this with the Hour of Hope when Lisa Joppy was in here and Larry. We're talking about a bunch of visitation stuff, but one of the things that we said, and Jake helped us clarify this too, is that we want to formalize it. So we understand, like if we're talking about visitation, we understand that there are, because our people at church are wonderful. We love each other very well overall. There are, in any moment, there are people that are right now that are visiting right now that are doing like what the heart of Hour of Hope seeks to accomplish. So that's what I said last time. I said, just bear with us as we try to formalize it. So if you're already doing it, we are going to invite you to the team, but we recognize you're already doing it.
Oh yeah.
So it's not the formalizing is just more to try to add structure so that more people can actually be involved and invited into something, and there are good boundaries around it, right? So it's like the expectation is an hour, and it's this, and we're going to try to help coordinate that, So if there's like Lisa talked about this, but like if this person has a cat allergy, then we're going to try to coordinate it so that they don't go visit a person with a cat, because you can imagine that could be an issue.
That is an issue.
But anyway. I'm saying that out loud. You can piggyback off that if you want to, but just there's so many good things happening in the women's ministry. There's so many people that are serving, and so some of this is just kind of formalizing.
Yep. It's just like I said, just giving it more structure, more clarity of what we're doing, highlighting what we have been doing, but also now bringing it in under one umbrella, but having like these 5 distinct branches. And then, we can actually focus in on those things and I think do a better job with serving our women of our church and letting our women serve too, and more opportunities for them to do things.
So go ahead, Jake.
I was going to say, and maybe you already said this, and just to be another one of my clarifying things, do you two see this as one of those ministries that people can come to first, maybe before they've even gone to like a church service here?
I do.
Oh yeah,
I do.
We've actually.
Good.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, I mean we've had, especially our sock exchange. A lot of women can bring friends that maybe don't go to our church, come to a bingo night, right? And then the Bible studies too. So yeah, it is an outreach for women outside of our church too, which is awesome. Which we want, right? Bring them in. And so, yeah, I think it just naturally can happen that way. Or like an art night. Yeah, if you're like, hey, I've got something going on at my church tonight if you want to come. We're painting pizza, so they can come.
I talked to 2 women yesterday, 2 moms, the haircut outreach that we had, and I gave each of them flyers for Common Ground Moms. Mary, I would say I hope that's okay, but I know that's okay. So I gave them flyers, and I believed they left, and I thought, if they're going to start anywhere, I gave them information about our church too, but I said to myself, I thought, they're not going to, they might, but they're not going to come to church first. If they come somewhere first, they're going to contact Mary first, or they're going to go to one of those Common Ground Mom events. And then from there, they might start coming to church or take the next step. But to answer your question, 100%.
I mean, just to say it out loud, I feel like that is something over the years that I've been here that I've watched us, specifically in the last couple of years, get a lot better at is you don't have to come here first to then feel like you can be a part of
Events.
Ministry.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can get invited to a ministry and then leave feeling loved enough to actually come back on a Sunday.
That makes sense to me, doesn't it, you?
Yeah.
If I'm putting myself in the shoes of a newer person, or
not even theoretically, just that is what happened to me. I mean, that's what happens to most of our youth kids too. Well, at least from my generation of them.
I love what the women's ministry is doing in terms of structure. And the truth is, the women's ministry is kind of a larger umbrella. As much as you're structuring it, there is a larger umbrella, meaning like somebody from the women's ministry, somebody connects to the women's ministry, and you realize, man, they have a real passion for making/bringing meals to people in need. They use food very obviously to serve and to minister. You're not, as the women's ministry, you're not adding meal trains to your women's ministry because we already have a meal train ministry.
Right.
But you are kind of a larger pool where women are coming to you. You're realizing gifts. And then part of what you're doing also is to like help them plug into other ministries in our church.
Oh, yeah.
So it is kind of separate. We do kind of, having boundaries and structure is a really good thing, because you think about it, like, again, I'm not trying to get too technical, but we have the meal train ministry, but then we have a group of women that are over here that are doing meals, and it's kind of like a pseudo or like also like a meal train ministry, but we're not really coordinated, So it's like the structure has even more value that way. But
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. And just to connect them to the right spot, or and that's what we were hoping for this, just so that nothing really gets missed, right? Because we do have great ministries here that all kind of come together under that one house, like we said, right? Yeah. But playing its different roles, and because there might be some women that want to make meals, right, but maybe can't physically get out there to deliver them, right? So we're hoping with even finding women that would do that too, right? So it's just these different gifts that people have, because many women have come to us and said, hey, I got time during the day to go sit with someone, or I've got time to drive someone to the hospital, right, for an appointment or doctor's appointment. And it was like we kept getting all this info, and we're like, this is awesome, this is great, but we just didn't know how to structure it, or like actually organize it into something.
We're not even there yet as a church. I mean, there are so many wonderful people, but we've yet to formalize like a specific ride structure. So it just depends on what you're talking about. A lot of people at our church are wonderful and they give rides, but we have yet to formalize an actual like rides ministry. Larry and I and a couple others have talked about taking the Adopt a Highway idea and actually making that a part of the men's ministry. So like it's something that the men actually take responsibility for. So certainly anybody is welcome to show up, but we are taking responsibility for it. So we're saying as men, we get together like at Men's Rise, at Jason's this Sunday, we're kind of coming together going, there's an opportunity in September, whatever the date is, and we're going to take responsibility. Or if it's helping somebody move, from apartment to apartment or whatever, we're taking responsibility. Again, we can invite a lot more people into it, both men and women, but we're taking responsibility. So I think, again, it's structuring because it enhances our ability to love each other and to reflect the love of Christ, to use our gifts. This is all we're really talking about. This is really good. I'm very proud of our women, and I love how well you guys love each other and love our church. And so my last question is, and then if Jake has anything, that's great. If you if you're a woman out there and you feel pretty disconnected, which also includes from ladies ministry, like even taking a step, like what would a woman do to take a step? How do they know where to go, what to do if they want to get involved? And is there a next ladies activity? Or is this just like be on the lookout for announcements, or how do you?
Yeah, I mean, I know we are definitely going to have like a fall in-house retreat coming up. We're still working on the logistics of that, but I think we have a date somewhere in October, I think. But no, I mean, definitely come see me if you have any questions. You can see me or Kelly or Julie. But to get involved, a big part of it, we do promote all our events on SEC Ladies. So if you're not on that, if you are on Facebook, I realize not everybody is, but if you are on social media, that's a great place to go or to be on that page. And we would invite you to that page. Like if you're not, please reach out to me. Let me know so I can invite you onto that page. Also, I mean, our announcements, we do, like I said, we do have flyers on the back of the bathroom stalls just to kind of promote what we're doing as well and
so
marketing
just go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom. I mean, we're ladies. We usually have to go to the bathroom, and usually with someone or on our own.
I learned a Bible verse above our men's stall. It works.
There you go.
You show
You've got to
rejoice.
put meaningful things there.
You show rejoice in all the good things the Lord your God has given you in your household.
As I've said to you before, too many people have opened the door while I was in the bathroom.
That has a different effect.
That doesn't happen in the
It has
ladies'
like the
bathroom.
opposite effect.
That is a trauma.
Those ladies don't walk in on each other, thankfully. We're good.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, definitely come see. Like I said, we are just starting this restructuring, right? So those who did sign up, we will be reaching out to you. But yeah, ask us with questions. But like I said, we're going to try to market this well, promote it well. You guys do it from the front of the church at times with there's things going on.
Yep. We're trying to get, not just for women's ministry, but we are trying to be more intentional about making copies of our announcement slide, our Newsweek, which is our midweek, which you have access to if you have email. Yeah. But again, this is assuming that people they're bogged down with information, or they're not on social media, or maybe even don't even use email, right? So we want to cater to. So we're trying to put more physical copies out there.
Yeah, we can do that absolutely. Yeah. Just when we come up with all our events, like I said, we try to do that. Like our we'll be meeting here soon, and like our events coming up for the fall. Obviously the sock exchange, and I forgot to mention, I think the cookie exchange, which is huge too, that Betty does. That's a huge thing. I remember going to her house when it used to be at her house too, and it got big too, right? So we moved it to the church as well. So all those things we can have at papers, and I know things are changing at the church too, and how when people come in and
do you guys intentionally schedule that on the same day every year?
Which the
cookie and sock?
Yes.
Okay.
And Invasion has taken over too, so now we work it out with both. Because it's just always been the first Saturday of December.
Does that mean eventually this is going to boil into a Sharks versus Jets situation?
It hasn't. We've been able to work well with Josh.
These are like really textbook good problems to have, but wow, it was full in there that Saturday last December.
It gets full. I mean, it's awesome, right? That one house. I mean, it's acting like that one house. It's a full house.
I was there all of Invasion. Why don't I remember them there?
Well, we were kind of more in the
foyer
area.
That's right. Andre was there. She was okay.
Which, like I said, we were used to like packing into my house, so we're kind of used to it, the space wherever we go. But it's awesome. I mean, I love it because so many women come out, and it's great what's going on with Invasion too at the same time, and it works. So it's just a busy weekend for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Jake, do you have anything else for ladies ministry?
Thank you for making such a welcome place for ladies to go and just be and feel loved. I know that Andrea, I'm going to speak for her, but Andrea can lean towards feeling very separated from everything, and then when she goes to an event, she always leaves feeling very loved and very reconnected and very re-energized.
Awesome.
That's good.
That's all we want, and that it brings us joy to do that. Like I love our women, like I said, every single one. So it's just come to the events, right? That's how you get to know people. You want to come out. And I don't think they'll be disappointed. I mean, I hope they leave, yes, with their cups full.
Yeah.
So
That's good. Thank you.
All right.
thanks, guys.
Is that everything we
Yeah.
want to say? Okay.
Yeah.
That is everything we want to say about our ladies ministry, at least in this hour. If you have more questions, you can always direct your questions towards Joe. There's also Julie Johnson and Kelly. I almost called her Kelly Carpenter. That's not right. Kelly Carter. No, Powers. Wow, my brain. Sorry, everyone. It's like calling Elena Toonstra still Toonstra
I do that all the time.
from the stage. I've done it from the stage.
Not proud of myself.
I am a little bit.
Take that up with Elena and Mark.
Yeah. Anyway, this week we are we concluding in this house?
We're finishing the in this house series.
Who is
Josh is preaching.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which I'm
It's
glad
the-
we were able to get him on the schedule because he's been out for a few weeks.
It's the youth focus.
It's also the youth focus. We are going to intentionally include our kids in aspects of the service and then pray over them at the end, which felt like is pretty timely as their Sparta's at least is going back to school the next day. So
Awesome.
should be great. Please come.
All right. And then with that, we'll be back at you next week with another episode of this. If you have any questions or comments for us, you can fill out one of those connect with that one house. Connect with us at that one house card. They're around our greeters' necks, and they're in the pews in front of you. Flip that over, fill out anything, give it to Ben, put it in the black box. Don't give it to me. I love you, but don't give it to me. I'll forget it. I'll lose it before I hit the door. I'm very dad-like in that capacity. Other than that, we'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about the podcast or anything you would like addressed on the podcast, you don't have to put your name. It's completely anonymous. Even if you put your name, we won't use it on the podcast. Other than that, remember you, no matter who you are welcome at that one house, and we will see you Sunday.